Fling Show.
Now, that is an old school song right there. I still have that recording. I use that one quite often. I love that one, man. Well, welcome to the Fling Show, an early morning edition, which isn't really early for him and I because he's already up at 4 o'clock, so it's already lunchtime for him.
I
But
slept
for
in
me, we're
today,
already up and ready to
five
go.
o'clock.
We have a special guest. He is not in Texas. I don't even think he's a foreigner anyway, if I'm not mistaken. He's not from Texas. But welcome to the show, Mr. Jason Mace, Lucky Ace sponsored, also Vice President of Northside Chain Gang, and first year pro. How you doing, sir?
Fantastic, man. Just living life and loving it, man. How about y'all? How you doing today?
Doing great. Hemi, how about yourself?
Awesome. I'm doing great. Yeah, I slept in today, Chris, 5 o'clock. 5:05, actually.
Look at you, man. Living the life. Putting them things off till later. That's what you got to do sometimes.
That's right.
Yes, sir, man. Beautiful looking background there. I got a nice gray, cloudy sky up here in Michigan. I'm actually in Saginaw right now. I'm up here doing some work for the company I work for and getting some Michigan golf in while I can, trying to get ready for that tournament this weekend.
Oh, yeah, the Blazin. Can't wait for that.
Yeah.
The Blazin.
Yes, sir, the Blazin days.
Now, we have to give a little background on that. First off, I work with two English teachers on the show. First, Hemi, which I found out years ago because I'm terrible even at speaking English, much less spelling it. Second off, Chrissy, our other co-host, her mother's an English teacher. So, yeah, so, you know, these two people, they have to pronounce it correctly. They have to write it correctly. I get
something happened.
Tons of grief for it. So it's the Blazin. We're on the Blazin.
The Blazin summer days. Hey, we can run with it. I love it. No matter what, we're going to have fun. It's going to be hot. So those two things we can count on.
Oh, yeah.
I'm hoping a little cloud cover. That's for sure. That's what it seems to be. But that heat's still going to be there. But if we get off in the morning, it wouldn't be too bad. We played it last weekend. Hemi and I went down there and played it with Chrissy and Neil. And we only got to play one side of it. But, man, I loved it. It's beautiful. I cannot wait. It's going to be a good time.
Yeah.
That's what I hear. I hear nothing but good things about that place.
Well, I wanted to point out that it's totally night and day from what you did this weekend at the Glide. Okay. And when I read your post about shortening your X step, that's something that I want to go into and talk about because I saw a lot of missed lines and I threw a lot of missed lines and, I wish you would have told me before I started the round, shorten your X step. What do you mean exactly?
That was my trick.
Yeah, I had a vibe of you when I saw you and I was like, that guy looks like he's ready to play. And a 4-stroke win in a 18-hole course, that's incredible. Really dominated, mopped up the field. Congrats on that.
Thanks, man.
Can you kind of just go into it just a little bit, describe what that means?
Yeah,
to
absolutely.
Step?
So to begin with, that morning I didn't tee off till about 1:30, 1:40, and I knew that I didn't want to get out there real early and kind of burn myself out early. So I just kind of took it easy all morning, man. Did some stretching and such, but just took it easy. Went out in the field, threw some discs, putted for a little while, got to the course, was feeling confident. I think that was the most important thing about that day was just the confidence. And actually, AP and I have been working together off and on for the last few months on some stuff. And the one big thing that I've been working on is slowing down my X step and focusing on hitting my lines and my angles more than ripping the disc down the fairway, because you can throw it 70 miles an hour out of your hand and maybe it'll go 400 feet, but if you hit the first tree, what does it matter? It's all about getting that control out of your hand and really focusing on hitting that line in your angle. And on a course like River Grove, you're gonna, if you do that, you're gonna have putts. You're gonna have long putts at twos. You're gonna have chances. You're gonna have tap-ins, and that's all you can do at a course like that is just make sure you slow down and take your time and focus on hitting. You might not get all the way to the basket, but if you can be 20, 30 feet short of it and give yourself a putt, it's better than being 60 feet short and hitting the first tree.
No doubt. I was thinking too, just looking over the scores and checking out. Congrats on that rating, 1035. That
Thank
really
you.
that surprises me that that's your best yet, because I've seen you play and I know what you're capable of. But as I was reading it, I
Yeah.
was thinking, Vandergriff nailed it, the title. Glide the Grove, because that's what you got to do. You got to throw discs that glide, and
Yep.
I threw that. Discovered it late in the round. Just throw that leopard 3, and that was kind of helping me out. Kind of got me some
I was
birdies.
throwing my Mockingbird like a lot.
Oh,
Just
cool.
popping that Mockingbird
Lone
and just
Star.
get the angle
Yeah.
right, and it glides.
Yeah. Well, and it's kind of soft too, so it's not going to get this propulsion off the trees,
Yeah.
that a
That's
stiffer
the
disc
thing
might get. That Chris knows all about those.
I do, but I got a question for both of y'all that I just noticed from y'all both said, and I have noticed this, especially from the top level players, and sometimes on that intermediate level as well. But both of y'all I know love to warm up. Him is typically he likes to get in 6, 7 holes. And Jason, I know you really like a good lathering warm up. However, that being said, as it gets to these summer months, especially in July and August in Texas, do you see yourself kind of going, you know what? I need to pull that back a little bit because you know as well as I do, it's not getting cooler till about 9 o'clock tonight. So you're going to be running into that heat. Do you see yourself kind of going, hey, let's pull that back a little bit?
I think that's kind of all part of being a professional, right? Being able to manage your time right, being able to know when too much is too much. I mean, I'm the guy who wants to play 5 rounds a day every day. So, I mean, if I get out there and I'm trying to actually compete and save my body and use the energy that I'm going to have tomorrow, I can't do that anymore. So I have to go out, especially in the middle of the dead heat of summer. You have to go out and manage your time appropriately. You have to go out. That's why on Saturday I went out, I threw some drives in the field. I putted a little bit, but it was more of a relax until it's about an hour before, and then go in, hit your routine, hit your putting, throw into the net a little bit, just feel confident going into the round. It's really the most important thing about all of it. Whatever makes you feel confident going into a round, whether it's warming up the day before, whether it's not playing the day before, practicing half the course before, not throwing a putt like AP, just gets out of the car and just plays. Everyone's a little different. It's all about what makes you feel confident in your round and what's going to make you feel the best on the course. That's how I feel. And lately it's been get a warm up in, especially my putting. If I putt for 10, 15, 20 minutes even before a round, and I can get my routine in and get feeling confident, that it changes my whole round. Everything is based on confidence with this game. You can be the lowest rated player around, and come out the next year and just kill it. And I'll tell you what, people don't get that good in 1 year, just in a skill wise. They get mentally better that quick. That's what happens with a lot of people. They realize they get that turn of the mental game and how to manage that better. And I think that warming up, practicing is a huge indication of your mental game.
Yeah, we have to give shout out to Mr. Burridge again. I'll tell you about somebody who's come up with not only being able to physically do it with the skills, but to mentally do it back to back. Taking second place is no shame whatsoever. That's freaking incredible. But I think what we
280 people.
When we interviewed him, I think David and I and Christy and Meredith all took away that his mental game's gotten much stronger. And I do agree with you. But back to that summertime, you do kind of have to appropriate that, because me, as someone who is an analyst more, let's just say, who watches and observes, I see people fade towards that end. That heat just starts taking them out of it, and they walk slower. Their throw doesn't snap out of their hand as much, and then mentally, then that's when it really starts to drain them. So
a couple bad shots leads into a avalanche of a round. I mean, it can all go downhill really quick at the end of a round if you just hit a couple trees and miss a couple putts. And that's what lately I've been having trouble with. I said the same thing in my post, is finishing rounds. I've been starting good, starting slow, and then getting hot. And that last 4 or 5 holes of a round, I'll take a bogey or I'll par something that I should have easily birdied. And then it's that battle, fighting that battle to keep in the round. And lately I've been having trouble with it. So that's one thing I was really happy to take away with last weekend, was just finishing a round strong.
That's, for me, it was the the beginning, everybody's getting birdies right off the bat, and being a lefty and not a very good forehand thrower, I hit the first tree, tried to scrounge for a par and ended up missing the putt, lost confidence. That kind of like set the tone for me. And then everybody's just having a birdie fest, which is what you get out there. But I want to say something about River Grove. That course is underrated. I mean, I'm not calling it a PDGA, awesome touring course, but like a Little E or like Texas Army Trail. I mean, those courses make you better, and because they have the net out there and the practice basket and just the great vibe that's out there. Those guys are doing really good things at the River Grove. Yeah, and I was surprised to see you because I've been playing that mini and I haven't really seen you out there too much on Sundays.
So I do my best to get out there as much as I can. It sucks not having a toll tag because it's a little bit of a hike around the corner, but I enjoy all the local courses. I'm a get in a rut kind of guy. So for a while I was playing the Spring Valley Mini every morning. It was like my little getaway every Sunday morning. But as more, like you said, the more I started kind of venturing out to River Grove, because when I first got here, I barely ever played the course. And then lately I've been growing more and more fond of that place. I really like it out there. And what Ryan and that whole club has done over there with maintaining that place, and the tee pads they're putting in and the cleanups, and man, they're just killing it. And that course looks better right now than I've ever seen it.
Yeah, incredible. I love it out there, and you get some shade. It's not a bad summer course, especially on the back nine. Not too bad, and you get a little breeze off the lake, and pretty cool, pretty fun time.
Absolutely.
Hey, I wanted to talk,
a beautiful place.
Back up a little bit about your forehand, because we all know you from your massive forehand. How does that apply to a little short technical course like that? Do you throw it less, or do you slow that in too, or how does that work?
It's to be honest with you, this year I've still obviously throw the forehand a lot, but I really wanted to work on managing my backhand and not leaning on a forehand shot as much. Now, granted, I've been able to throw a backhand. It just wasn't as consistent as I wanted it to be. So with a course like River Grove, I find myself throwing a backhand instinct, this disc right here, throw that thing all day, and Mockingbird, MD4s. But the other thing I find is there's a few holes out there where you're chipping a PD on a forehand, a little chip shot around the corner, or you're throwing I throw my zone a lot. I'll throw a zone with a little flex forehand. So it's more of like working the angles more than it is throwing that power out there. Well, hole 2 is about the only power forehand I have on that whole course. And then the rest of them are just little flex forehands with a zone, or hit a PD or a Firebird harder on a corner. But besides that, it's a demanding, I say it's a demanding mid-range / fairway course, depending on what you're comfortable throwing straight.
Throw one drive on that course, and that's what, hole 4? Is that the one? The par 4?
Yeah, hole 4. It's got that longer one straight, and it's kind of open on the left side, so I can really get one flexed a little bit to the left and let it fight back to the right and not get in the weeds and such.
Yeah, were you watching the scores? For me, here's what happened with me real quick. Dylan handed me the scores, and I turned my phone on. I didn't want to watch it all. I just didn't want it to get in my head. And he showed me the score. He was really showing me how far you guys were ahead, because unfortunately, something happened to Haley and she hurt her ankle, and they had to drop back. We had a 5-man car. So he showed me.
I heard about that.
Yeah, he showed me how far you guys were up. You were like 9 holes ahead of us, and you started right in front of us. But what I did see was 5 down, and through 9, I think it was. Is that pretty much what you were?
I can't remember exactly what it was because I wasn't looking. I don't like to look until later on in the round. And honestly, I didn't look. This is the first time I looked. I heard 3 times, ching, great putt, Matt. Ching, great putt, Matt. And then I look back and he makes like a 60-footer. I'm like, wow, Matt's killing it right now. Like, Matt Hall must be out there filleting this course, just the way it sounds and every time I've seen him. So a couple holes later, we waited for a second. I looked at my phone and seen that Matt was 5 or 6 down through 8 or 9 holes, and I was only 2 strokes ahead, but I was 4 or 5 holes ahead of him. So it was easily, and I was thinking, I need to really push right now and don't screw this up, you know, because you don't get all pressured and then start messing up what you've been working on. Just keep your head in the game, keep working hard. Don't even worry about these scores, you know, don't worry about them scores. Just do the best you can. It's you versus the course. Them scores get in people's heads too much.
Mm-hmm.
And I see it happen to a lot of people. I see them over there looking on their phone at a backup, and then they kind of get that pumped mentality, like they're going to rip it, and they throw right into the first tree. And I mean, it happens a lot.
And it's not just the scores, you know, a lot of times people are looking at Facebook and checking their emails, and, you know, I mean, it's just it's the way we are these days. And so that'll get in your game. That's why I started turning my phone off. And, you know, not that it helped this weekend, but it can help, you know, and it does help to like get away from your phone, you know. But hey, what about the baskets out there? I was going to tell you, like, the thing with Matt, because yeah, he was killing it, and then all of a sudden he started having putting woes, and it was, you know, he was hitting lines, just wasn't hitting putts, and neither was I. One of the reasons I go out there is because, you know, I don't like the baskets. So I go out there to overcome that not liking the basket, because it's not about the basket, you know, they catch. They're just different, you know, they seem small to me. They seem tiny.
Yeah. It's like going from somewhere like Spring Valley, who's got brand new baskets, to playing somewhere like McDade, who's got older baskets, smaller, you know, that don't catch as great. And you find a lot of people start changing up the way they're putting off of a couple bad putts, and then you really trust the process. You know, that's the biggest thing with that is running a routine, trusting what you do at home. You practice, you make these putts. I love practicing on, like, when we got up there on Saturday, they had a marksman basket up, and I was so happy that they had that there, because those are my favorite to practice on. I love practicing on a pole. Just give me the pole. I'm going to just aim at the pole the whole time, hope to hit that baby, and then when I start missing the pole by just a little bit on a normal basket, on any of these baskets, it's going to catch. So that's like you're right. You really want to get out there to work on those different baskets. And I had someone tell me last year, because I used to putt very, very hard, a lot of spin. I still putt a lot of spin, but very hard. I had a lot of spin outs. And I was blaming it on the putters. I was blaming it on the baskets. I was blaming it on everything else but me. And it was me. Some baskets are going to catch those putts, but there's a lot more baskets that are going to shoot them babies right out of there. It's about pace. It's about having touch. It's the whole game is about that. I've been learning so much just from being around people and watching others and being observant to their styles and understanding that you think you know what you're doing, but there's always room to get better. That's the biggest thing I've been taking away.
About talking about pace, when I'm really into my practice putting, which I'm going to be doing all that's all I'm doing before Moody's, I'm just going to putt. I practice pace. I practice different tempos. I get 3 coordinates. I go 1, 2, 3. So this is a 1, which is my normal. 2 is slower. 3 is even more slow. And practice, and it's the same exact line, the same exact putt. You're, like you said, it's just a little pace off. And I think it's important. It's really good point there to work on that pace. What'd you have, Chris? I'm sorry.
Well, before we got too far away from it, I just wanted to get back on to, he was 6 under after 8.
Yeah. Yeah. So I guess I saw him at 7 then, where he was 5.
Yeah. So that's a nice way to start your round.
And I'll be honest, I was playing against Charlie Moore, and we were going back and forth for the first 9 holes. We were 1 stroke apiece apart the whole time, and I was just pushing off of him because he was pushing me. And on hole 4, I don't know if you guys seen it or not, but he threw it like pin high, like 40 feet to the right of the basket. I'm not doing that, you know, so I'm just trying to get in the middle and play my game more and get these holes. But when you have someone like that pushing you on the card, it's easy to get into a rhythm, and it's also easy to go the other way too. If they start doing a little better, it's easy to get frustrated and start kind of falling off pace. But when I had Charlie there and we were playing, we had a great card, real easy pace. It was playing, everyone was having fun. we weren't catching. It was a well-run event, great event, you know, and that all that goes into shooting well. I think it's mentality, confidence, how good the event's running. Are you waiting on every hole? Are people being loud across the course? Is everything running smooth? All that goes into playing well, I think. And it's just, you know, they did a really good job out there this weekend. I really had a good time with that one round, one day. I've never ran or played anything like that. And I think it went really good. And I think that I missed two or three putts early that I should have never missed. I was very frustrated with those, but I worked on lately has been leave the last hole in the past. Just move on to the next one, focus on those putts. So, you know, I strung a few together early. I felt good, but the big thing was I was putting inside the circle great. That was really all it was. I airballed one putt in the circle, and that was when I was like, don't lose everything you've worked hard for today right now because of one putt. And besides that, yeah, it felt good, man. This was a good round.
Well, now we get to move forward to this new challenge this weekend out there in Moody's. And since you haven't played it, and Hemi just said it's completely different, it will once again depend on the wind. I think all I could compare it to as far as you and I is Northside Christian a little bit with the tree in the middle instead of on the side. Not a lot of things forcing you one way or the other, but one thing forcing you to do either go right or left. Pretty open. But the baskets and their placement, if it's windy, it's going to be fun because you know how that changes things up. And they got some long pond carries. They got some placement shots. So it's completely different. I will give you this suggestion, though. Find something to cover up your shoelaces because it is
the stickers.
Oh my gosh, man!
Yeah,
I'm trying to tell you, find something to cover up that. Yes.
Yeah, we
Don't
talked
wear short socks.
We talked to Moody, and he said bring a Coke can or something, a water bottle, and please put them when you take them off your shoes in that so that you're not distributing, you're not sporing more and more. You know, and
that's a great idea.
And he kind of frowned on the whole, you know, they said bring a plastic fork because it's quicker. But, you know, when you do that, you're just flinging them off into the, you know, everywhere. So bring a little water bottle or something and save those guys and, get them out of there because they have a problem with that. Yeah, and disc golfers, we just spread it around. That's and that's the only way to
reckless.
Stop it.
I used my towel. Believe it or not, I had an extra towel. So I was just, instead of picking with my fingers, I was picking with my towel, and they just stayed on that towel. And then when I got home, I just put them in the trash. But, that's a little extra. But, but I'm just trying to tell you right now, cover your shoelaces, wear tall socks. That's.
I heard that. Yeah, I've heard the pickers are bad out there. And it's.
When you shoot as bad as I do, which isn't in the middle of the fairway, you get to get off into the left and to the right. So those of y'all who shoot that direction, be warned.
This is your warning.
If you play like me, be warned.
Well, I think it's going to go
in the middle.
I think it's going to go great for you. It sets up for your game, I think, more so than even the glide. So good luck.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Anything else you want to leave us with? Some words of wisdom from the champ. I saw it was your ninth? How many wins now?
That's my seventh win.
Seventh
win. My seventh win. It's my second MPO win though. So I mean, I call it an MPO win. It was a 1 day, 1 round. I had a great time and I shot great.
Hey, there was talent on that card. There was talent that you beat. It's one thing to say there was 1 round, 1 day. But that was a loaded field. And I know people don't know the guys from around here, all of them. But I'm telling you from my view, that was a loaded field. You put Matt Hall, Hemi, and Charlie on anything with Kirk Trevina, mix that bag up right there, and it can go any direction.
Well, you're right. There was some super talented players. And I don't want to take anything away from any of them. It's just, when you're a competitor and you win one like this, but I've been wanting so hard, after Texas State's, I've been really thirsty. I've been wanting to win. I've been wanting to compete hard and keep up. And I'm watching what Freddie's doing. I'm like, it feeds me, that kind of stuff. When you're watching what Freddie does and it feeds you and you want to just use that and build it and build the name as well. He's doing such a great job at doing that. You just want to do your part in it. And so, I mean, it's great and all to shoot a hot round and feel good about it, but I want to come out next weekend and play a course like that, a tournament like that, an event like that, have some big name guys and prove myself, you know. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, but I want to go out there and I worked hard for all this. I work every day on it. So if it pays off, it pays off. But if not, you get right back to that grinding stone. You just keep going, man.
Right on.
Well, awesome. Congratulations and enjoy your practice session out there. I know you're
Thanks,
Lucky A
guys.
sponsored. Is there anyone else you want to thank or anything else you'd like to leave?
I appreciate the plastic. Lucky Ace, obviously. Jay's been killing it. This tournament's great. This is going to be a fantastic weekend out at Moody's. We're going to have a great time. The whole team's going to be out there. The whole fling show is going to be out there. We're going to have a good group of people. Besides that, man, I've been, you know, these local guys with these dyes and stuff coming out right now. They've got all this killer stuff, this plastic that's coming out from Lone Star Discs on the local. I mean, all this local love, man. We've been seeing some huge stuff pop up locally and making names for themselves early. And it's fun to watch, man. It's fun to be a part of, you know, throwing this plastic, throwing these penny putters, mockingbirds, anything like that. It's really cool. It's been a great year for me with disc golf, but I'm watching it all go around. And I think it's been a great year for everybody. So it's really fun. It's been an awesome year and a couple of years I've had here in Texas.
Definitely. Hey, I wanted to remind everybody that happens to be watching and you too, bring your extras, stuff that you want to give away. Christiani's, she's got an avenue to send some stuff to South Central America. And,
awesome.
You know, she's got some free shipping through the Lions Club so that they'll be able to send used discs, which they only could send new because of tariffs or whatever. In the past, they couldn't afford the taxes on it, but now she's connected with this line. So bring discs. I went out and went through my stack. I got about 20. So yep. I know everybody's extra. Bring some discs to Christiani and we'll see them out there too. They'll be out on the course this week. Yeah, good luck out there, man, and safe travels to you.
Yeah, brother.
I appreciate it, man.
We love having you on. I think you're the tied with Matt Stillwagon now for the most times on the Fling Show, and we love having you, man.
I'll get you,
appreciate it. Get that win this weekend.
I appreciate what you guys have done, man.
We'll
appreciate the platform. Appreciate everything you guys do. You guys kill it every week. You're out here. You're donating your time and energy and all this stuff you've been doing. It's the music, the art, the everything, man. You guys have just been killing it. It's a glimmer of light in the scene, and it's only opened the door for everybody to see how far this can go. So thank you guys so much.
Wow. Well, thank you for that, man. That means a whole lot. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Jason.
Good travels. We'll see you.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Hemi. You have a fantastic day, guys.
See you this weekend. Peace.
Hey, we'll see y'all tonight.
Yeah, tonight, 8 o'clock live.
Yes, sir. Y'all have a great night.
Peace.